Hi, my name is Grabenstein, and today I will be giving a how-to speech, and I chose to teach you how to make s'mores bars. This recipe is really simple, and it's a good recipe for kids my age to make. First, you need to get all of your ingredients before you can start to prepare what you're going to make. Also, you need to make sure you leave time to let the s'mores bars set at the end of preparation before you're planning to serve them. First, you need to put your ingredients together and lay them all out so they're easy to reach. The ingredients you'll need is 1 cup of butter, and it can be at room temperature or you can choose to melt it. One way you can melt it is in the microwave. I find this method pretty convenient when I'm trying to make this recipe. You also need 1/3 cup of white sugar, 3 cups of graham cracker crumbs, which I make by putting the graham crackers in a Ziploc baggie and crushing them up so they don't get all over. You also need 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, or you can use chocolate bars or any other kind of chocolate you'd prefer. You also need 3 cups of miniature marshmallows. You can use the big ones and tear them apart or break them into smaller pieces if you'd like, or you can leave them whole and just use them how you want. How you prepare this recipe is you start by preheating the oven. This is the most important step. If you don't preheat the oven before you start to make all of the ingredients, then you're going to get slowed down when you get towards the end of your recipe. When you have the oven preheated, you can start to make the actual recipe by finding a medium-sized mixing bowl. In this mixing bowl, you combine your butter, your sugar and graham cracker crumbs, and you stir them all together until the graham cracker crumbs and sugar are well coated by the butter. You should make a kind of tacky type of batter. Then, in your 9x9 pan or any other size glass pan that you can find around that same size, you press half of the mixture you just made into the bottom. It'll form a crust, the lower part of your s'mores bar. Then, you put on top of this mixture your chocolate chips or chocolate bars or whatever kind of chocolate you chose to use. On top of the chocolate, you put your marshmallows. I usually use the mini ones because they're more convenient to work with. On top of this, you layer the last or other half of your crumb mixture, and you make sure that you pat it down and make sure it's not crumbly or it'll fall apart when you're trying to cut them later. After you have everything in your glass pan, you're ready to put it in the oven. If your oven is preheated like I recommended, then you can pop them right in. If not, then you just take the time to wait. After you get your ingredients combined and in the oven, you wait 30 to 35 minutes for them to be ready to take out. Sometimes I wait 35 minutes, but I also wait 30 minutes in case I want a gooier mixture that isn't fully cooked. Either way, when you take them out of the oven, you need to make sure to let them sit for a couple of hours to harden. This might seem like a long time, but if you don't wait overnight, which is what I usually choose to do, or at least until a couple hours later, when you try and cut your s'mores bars apart, they will crumble and they won't be as easy to eat. Another way you could do this step is you could put them in the refrigerator to let them harden a little bit. This is how you make an easy s'mores bar recipe, and I find it really convenient and delicious. Make sure you have all of your ingredients, then make sure you have your recipe completed before you put it in the oven. Lastly, make sure you let your s'mores bars sit so they're enjoyable to everyone.